The meadow, just before sunset, in that golden hour where everything feels magical, bathed in light, dapples and speckles coming through the grass and the plants. The only sounds are the birds beginning to settle for the evening, the whisper of the gentle breeze through the grasses and the plants. Whenever I can, this is the place I come in the evening, even just for 10-15 minutes, to rest and relax. It's so vital to find the time to replenish energy and keep the mind balanced, and this is the place that does it for me. It was during these past 2 years of lockdown when I realised how important I found the time and the moments of solitude on my own, especially in the evening walks to the meadow, how they provided respite from day-to-day life, the stresses, the things that wind you up, just time to breathe and unwind, to let go of tension and return to the family refreshed and able to tackle whatever may come. The awareness of how vital these moments are for everyone and how the lack of time to unwind and reset can lead to deep stress, depression, exhaustion and friction is now so ingrained that I make sure that I find some release every single day. These past couple of years have really been the most unusual and the most challenging that we've ever been through. And in that time, I think we've learnt so much about ourselves and about relationships and the people around us. We all now know what it means to be confined in a space, to feel trapped, to be amongst others who, even though you love them more than anyone else in the world, that it becomes challenging when you have to be with them every single second of the day. The fact that you can't actually get away really stretches and stresses those relationships. Finding the time for some respite, even if it's only for 10, 15, 20 minutes, to be able to breathe and ground yourself and come back to your own centre is so vital. It made me realise that I need this solitude and this time to myself always, not just during lockdown, but just in normal times as well, that being able to spend time alone is so important to really feel good and to feel grounded. The other thing that came up for me is the fact that we've had this enforced on us for a very short time, but there are people out there who live their lives like this, who are caring for, looking after the elderly, the young, the sick, whose lives are all about caring and being in that one place and feeling trapped. As the restrictions of lockdown were released, we started finding the joy in the things we missed doing. But for some, life doesn't change. Their role as carers is constant and unrelenting. If these precious moments of respite are so vital for each of us after just such a short time of being trapped, how could we each now be more sympathetic, empathetic to those who can't get the respite that they so desperately need? How can we find easy ways to help them? Little things. Maybe a freshly cooked meal dropped over, or the offer to sit for half an hour or an hour and let them get out and have a little bit of freedom. Maybe just a listening ear and some patience to let them let out the feelings of what they're going through and how they're feeling. Whatever it is, if we could in some little way, maybe once, maybe twice a week, offer someone else some respite, wouldn't the world just be a nicer place? It's something we all need, and isn't it a really precious gift to be able to give to someone? So this painting called Respite, which reminds me of the special place where I get to breathe and get away, is dedicated to those that can't get away, whose job, whose role, whose obligation is to always be there for others. And it's dedicated to those who can find the time in their week, in their day, to offer them a little bit of respite, that very, very precious thing that we all need.